Hey everyone, this is Angel with PlutusX, doing part 2 of the trading script strategy. Where we left off last time, we were plotting SMAs and just putting in some inputs and actually visualizing the data that's coming in by plotting the SMAs ourselves. But now we're going to actually build this strategy that is a little bit profitable, a little bit accurate, and into something that is a little bit more profitable and a little bit more accurate. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to incorporate something called RSIs. RSIs are just the relative strength index of whatever instrument is being traded. And it goes with a range of, here, I'll just show you. So perfect. We can see here that this is the relative strength index, and we have two thresholds that are of significance. So we have the 70% and then we have the 30%. Everything in here is kind of considered to be neutral for the most part. Whenever you go beyond the thresholds, those indicate potential oversold zones, or if you're above it, overbought zones. And if there is instances where price action goes over or below the threshold, that indicates that there's a strong probability that it's going to go down if it's overbought or up if it's oversold. So it's a good, once again, lagging indicator to use within your strategy, but we can talk about how we can manipulate this particular indicator to help us be a little bit more accurate and a little bit more profitable through automation using our trading strategy. So let's just dive right into the code real quick. We're going to need to get some inputs for this RSI. So we have to do RSI source, just like we did with our SMAs. And we'll just copy and paste this because it's going to be the same thing. Only difference here is it's RSI. We got RSI length. What else? Oh, limit. So remember, we have the 30 or 70 threshold here and the 30 here. We need to create a limit so we can figure out what that threshold is. So for us, we're going to hard code it, and the average, like we saw here, is 30. So we're going to put that in here as well. Oops. Limit equals input. Oops. 30. Oh shit. Min val. We'll do 1, and then max val. We'll do 5. Max val will be 40. RSI limit default 30, and then we'll also just add a type in here just to be certain, and it'll be integer. Okay, I think that's all we need. We could do RSI bars real quick, and RSI bars, what that means is that, for instance, right here we have 1 bar being above the threshold, we have 2 bars being above the threshold, and 3 bars being above the threshold. Right here we can see that 1 bar went above the threshold, which would indicate typically a sell, and we can see here on the chart clearly that it continued going up. The more bars that are above the threshold consecutively means you'll have a higher percentage of accuracy when it comes to a reversal, and that's why we're going to put bars in here as well. So it's going to be the same exact thing as this because it's an integer. The only difference is we're going to do 1 through 5 RSI bars. Alright, now let's start calculating some RSI. Let's just do RSI 00 equals RSI. RSI source and then RSI lane. For us to plot this, so this is calculating the RSI. For us to plot this, we need to do something a little bit different, because if we plotted it using the plot function down here, our graphs would look really weird. So we have to be creative. So RSI color equals when RSI is above the threshold, which is 100 minus the limit, and then for example it's 100, so it's 1 through 100, and then the limit, which is 30, so 100 minus the limit will get us 70. So when price is above this threshold, we are going to do red, which means we should short it. And then if price is above this threshold, the 70 threshold, then we're going to do a red background. Or else, if price RSI is below the limit, which is 30, as we can see here, then we're going to do green, which means we should buy it. Or else, don't do anything. Now we could do background color, and then we're just going to do this. Transparency equals 50. Transparency goes through 1 through 100. Obviously, 0 is 0 transparency, 100 is 100% transparency. And let me just make sure I got the syntax properly. Yep, transp. Alright, let's save this and see what happens. Boom. If we looked at the graph, yeah, we can see that it matches up with our chart, which is pretty awesome. And then having this visual display of all the red and green, when it comes to actually modifying the strategy, it becomes a little bit easier for us versus looking at this anyways. So now we can delete this. And the reason why I didn't line up exactly is because that RSI was on 14 period, which means 14 bars back, whereas we have it set here at 7. So ours is a little bit faster. So now that we have the foundation for this, let's go back. I'm going to end it here, and then when we come back onto the next video, we're actually going to implement all this stuff together so we can start creating a strategy that is profitable and that is accurate. So for me, anything above 50% has an accuracy so long that it's continually profitable. And to be completely frank, you could even have a strategy that is below the 50% accurate threshold and still be more profitable than one that has, like, let's say for example, an 80% accuracy threshold. And that's all based off of risk management. Your stop losses, you could have tight stop losses, and then you could have really long take profits. So that's stuff to keep in mind. Accuracy isn't the thing that you should be worried about. It should be net profit that is more important than accuracy. But we're going to create one that's accurate and that's also profitable. So on the next video, we're going to be going over that. If this video was of any value or interest to you, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Find us on other social media at PlutusX.com, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, you name it. And if you're interested in trading scripts and you want to be able to use ones that are accurate and trade off of them manually, we do have trading scripts available. And if you are someone who, one, doesn't have time to do trades manually, or two, just rather have a professional do it for you, we do also have wealth automation services available as well. So we have a product for you. Patrick is working on a product that should be coming out within the next couple months. It's going to be amazing, great information for the cryptocurrency industry. And then we also have 2 products coming out within the next month. So a lot of great stuff coming through, guys. Be sure to check us out in the next video, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.